my friends. Welcome to the Wednesday night show, which is something that we are trying out to see how it works for us, to see if this is going to be a better schedule for us. So please offer feedback as you often do. And let me just get this music turned off here in a minute. Well, let me first pull it down. I'm just going to mute that for now. Welcome. Good to see you. Hey, Nate, good to see you, brother. Love all the comments, all the love that I've been getting from y'all. I can't tell you how much it means to me to just have you reach out the way you have, so many of you. And it's just very much appreciated. Again, I'm slowly getting through all my cards. And thank you for those who sent them to Georgia as well. And just much appreciated. And like I told you, I'm opening a few every day just to kind of, when I feel like I could use a little bit of Sned love. So thank you for all that. And all your prayers for Wally Snedeker, all your prayers for Craig Snedeker, all your prayers for our family. Much appreciated. So welcome one and all to Wednesday show. We're thinking maybe Monday, Wednesday, Thursday shows. We'll see how this week goes with my first week back. But a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and much appreciated for all of you and all of your fabulousness. And wow, what a world we are presently living in. I want to get see your chats up here real quick here, and let me get those in the show right there. So thank you all. Good to see you all here. Let me just scroll back a little bit. Kimberly, thank you. Annie, yes, we love Dave. Annie Banani, thank you. Hi, Dave, missed you. Great to see you back. Elena, good to see you. Tony, Jen, Dot, so wonderful to see you all. We love you, Dave. Fam all the way. Kat, thank you so much. I love you as well. So here we are, my friends. Good to be back in the saddle here. Todd says, hey, I was looking for Jody. I got quilting questions. So here folks, we are up on David Snedeker YouTube, and that is fantastic because we are back up on that, because we have almost 6,000 subscribers there. So if you're not up on David Snedeker on YouTube, would you please go there and just hit the notification so that we can just have more love flowing in that direction. This is it right here. David Snedeker YouTube channel right there. Just hit subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when we go live. Or if you just hit subscribe and don't want to hit the bell because you get the bell from D Live or you get the bell from Facebook, don't worry about that. So, but it would be good to get all the subscribers up on there. And our backup channel will be Quilting with Jody. We have over 1,000 there, and we are ready to go live at a moment's notice. But we're also going to try to keep this site up a little bit longer, especially since I have to get some content off this site and onto my servers, and because I want to make sure I don't miss anything, and also the chats as well. So so at any rate, that's where we're at right now. We are back up and running. I hope to get our numbers back up. We had over 1,800 last night in the show, and that was without any YouTube whatsoever. We've already had, I think, close to 13,000, between 12 and 13,000 views on the Hold on. Let me go back to that chat. I had a wrong date up here. I had yesterday's date, so let me make that correction. This is actually April 20th. I hope I didn't lose anybody as a result of that. This is April 20th, 2022. This is Wednesday, and that will be where we're going to be right now for the next couple hours. My friends, much going on right now, and I just want to say that I am very hopeful about where we're at, simply because of the absolute nonsense that we are seeing. We are seeing the clear delineation between good and bad, between good and evil. And I just want to, take two examples right now. We have, on one coast, right? We have Ron DeSantis, right, who is fighting for our children, and taking it to Disney, who is grooming our children. Challenging those who call it Don't Say Gay bill. It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with he's stopping the indoctrination of our young children in the school systems to pornography, pornographic material, and sex education at an age that's not appropriate by people who are not appropriate. I don't need my child's teachers, to teach my child about sex education. That's a parent's choice. That's a parent's decision when and where they do that. That's not for our schools. This is, you can't, many people approach sex education from a religious standpoint, whether they be Christian, or whether they be Jewish, or whether they be Muslim, or whether they be Seventh-day Adventists, or Scientologists, or whatever religion you choose. That's up to you and your family, and your decision as to how you're going to approach the world, and how you're going to teach your children about the world around them. And certainly, sex plays into that, and no sex before marriage, or only when you love somebody, or whatever your decision you want to make regarding your family is. That is your decision as a parent. It's nobody else's decision. It's nobody else's business as to when and how your child should learn about these things. And this is such a wonderful gift, and I just, I want us to my wish for my audience here, this community, is that we are able to look at the things that are happening in the world, and just center ourselves in our faith, center ourselves in our strength, in our power, and look at things for what they are, pull out things that are helpful, throw things away that are not, and move through this world. And what we are seeing on the East Coast is a governor who, in a legislature that is challenging this woke culture, and this culture of, we're going to teach your children sex education at ages kindergarten through third grade. Businesses that are going to indoctrinate our children and groom our children like Disney does. We saw examples of these Disney executives who are woke and who are placating to the minority, the very tiny minority of these, multiple pronouns and 11 genders and all this woke society bullshit. And again, it's if that's what you choose for your family, that's fine. But don't be streaming that into our homes through Netflix and through Disney Plus, which Netflix is down, I think, 37% today. Huge, huge. Their Netflix is going broke because they're going woke. They're showing a man pregnant. They're showing the cuties, the sexualization of young girls. They're having, I turned on something the other day. Excuse me. Because I'm so glad that I re-upped my Netflix. I'm going to cancel it again, but I needed to see what they were doing with like the Obama. And Obama is narrating this nature show. And, I'm thinking, how do you go from David Attenborough to Barack Obama? In what world is that any kind of an improvement or any kind of a sidestep, right? And so, good, canceling Netflix. Guys, when Cuties came out, I want to say our community was responsible for thousands of people canceling Netflix, whether it was you yourselves or whether it was you sharing it with your friends. At the time Cuties came out, I think we were getting over 3,500 live a night. And that was before we got annihilated. But look what's happening to Netflix. Look at what's happening to Disney Plus. Look what's happening to their theme parks. Common sense is winning the day. We thought that it used to win the day. Bear with me on this. We thought it used to win the day because we didn't see this kind of incredible nonsense every day of our lives. Because they hid it well. They hid it in the curriculums. They hid it in the legislation. They hid it in the programming. Because we were sleepwalking. Now we're awake. And now we see it clear as day. And now from one coast where you have a governor and a legislature that are fighting censorship, they're fighting this woke culture, they're fighting CRT in schools, the over-sexualization and the grooming of children in schools and in Disney media. They took away, today they voted to take away Disney's kind of self governance and no taxation. This is going to be a big hit on Disney, and they can't just pick up and go elsewhere because they have a whole world that they've created. It would cost Disney hundreds of billions of dollars to move that theme park, to move those offices. They won't do it, right? And so that's being stripped away from them, and they're being, held accountable for the decisions that they're making. So now it's what is costing them more money. Disney only cares about money and grooming our children. Those are their two big things. They are now having to make a decision. Do they keep this woke culture? Do they keep placating all these people, or these minorities, or do they shift? Look at what the Daily Wire is doing. Okay, Daily Wire is doing raising $100 million for programming over the next 3 years for children. Ben Shapiro's company. Okay, there's another company out there, I forget the name right now, that is raising money. They're creating a network. We are creating a network, Truthcast Media, okay, that is going to have programming that people want to watch. And I'll be raising money for that as well. And that's happening as we speak. So all these companies, people that are seeing an opportunity here to simply make good programming, okay? And one of the things I'm going to do is a show just like your late night shows, and it's going to be something similar to what we do here, but we're going to have some more things added to it, and that's going to be wonderful programming, so that you don't have to watch Colbert, you don't have to watch Fallon, you don't have to watch Conan, all these woke, puppets of propaganda, right? So things are shifting. Look at the tide shifting as we speak. Then you have the other coast here in California, okay? And you have a governor who's completely woke, completely controlled, and you have a legislature that is completely woke, completely controlled, and they just passed a bill today. It's called AB 2223, okay? And it's absolutely tragic, okay? We're going to get into this a little bit more, but they're going to be able to murder a baby outside of the womb. And, this is, it's Assembly Bill 2223, right? And if you look at Assembly Bill 2223 and you wonder, is this a big conspiracy? Okay. Look at the numbers. 2223. 322 is skull and bones. 322 is a very satanic number. Do you think this is by accident? Okay. And do you think it's by accident that it's gone above and beyond simple abortion to the point of a baby that is actually able to breathe on their own? So, Christy, if you could break that down for me a little bit, because I didn't have a chance to read it fully. But there were a lot of Snedheads. I know Kathleen Buck was up in Sacramento yesterday fighting for this, fighting against mandates, and fighting for some of these bills, and so many other Snedheads, and also Denise Young. Her team was up there from Children's Health Defense Network for trying to speak out against these things. And so it's absolutely unbelievable, my friends, that we are seeing these contrasts that arise. What an amazing opportunity. Oh, yeah, and I forgot, Diane, it's flat out murder. Truckers Convoy is fighting with California on this also. They came out here, right? But here's the thing. All this was hidden from us before. It was kind of tucked away. It was kind of hidden. And it has been exposed in a way, excuse me. The other night on the show, I did something to my shoulder and up into my neck, and I had to cut the show. It was 3.5 hour show, but I had a lot more to do, but I had to cut it short because of a headache from like a pulled muscle in my shoulder or something. It was really weird. So that's what I'm dealing with now. So forgive me. This is really odd. But we are given a golden opportunity here. By the way, let's check our coats, folks. I didn't do that yesterday. My first day back, I was a little rusty. But if you're new to the Sned Shed, welcome, my friends. Oh, man. And what we do here is we have a process where we have you imagine coming into the Sned Shed. It's nice and warm, and you're coming in out of the cold. You got a big, heavy winter coat on, and that winter coat holds all your preconceived notions and unconscious bias. And wow. You're just going to take that off and check your coat at the door, and so that you're free of any encumbrances of getting in the way of you connecting with me and this information. So check your coat. It's safe there. And come on in, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab your favorite person, your favorite snack, your favorite person, your favorite you, and your favorite pet. And cheers, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully I'm going to rebound from this here in a second. And a little water with lemon in it. Tasting pretty yummy. And let me see. The show notes, my friends, are on the website, theindoctrination.com. Let me pull that up for you and show you where we're at there. And just go over to show notes. They might not be up yet because I know Barbara they're up. So just go to 420. Thank you, Barbara, and happy birthday to your granddaughter today. But they're up there. Just click on this and you can open up the show notes and you can get into the show notes. I'm going to pull up a video if I can. I'm going to find a video here. That's only 36 seconds long. Let me see. Let me see what I can get here. Yeah, Christy, I'm in need of a video. There's no video breaks, it looks like, in here, unless I'm missing something. But let me do this 36-second one, and I'll just pop up and see if I can stretch this out. And I'll be back with you in a second. Hold on here. That's where it was, right there. There we go.
In our pensions.
Oh, I think I'm going to do the Trump one.
System. We have shares of Twitter. I didn't.
Where's my audio for that? Okay.
Buy it. We have people that run the fund, but nevertheless, it hasn't exactly.
I am not.
On investment, it's been pretty stagnant for many, many years. But nevertheless, I mean, to me, I think that that's probably an injury to the fund.
Folks,
so we're going to be looking at ways that the state of Florida potentially can be holding these Twitter board of directors accountable for breaching their fiduciary duties. So stay tuned on that. The state of Florida and our pension system, we have shares of Twitter. I didn't buy it. We have people that run the fund, but nevertheless, it hasn't exactly been great in returns on investment. It's been pretty stagnant for many, many years. But nevertheless, I mean, to me, I think that that's probably an injury to the fund. So we're going to be looking at ways that the state of Florida potentially can be holding these Twitter board of directors accountable for breaching their fiduciary duties. So stay tuned on that. The state of Florida and our pension system, we have shares of Twitter. I didn't buy it. We have people that run the fund, but nevertheless, it hasn't exactly been great in returns on investment. It's been pretty stagnant for many, many years. But nevertheless, I mean, to me, I think that that's probably an injury to the fund. So we're going to be looking at ways that the state of Florida potentially can be holding these Twitter board of directors accountable for breaching their fiduciary duties. So
So this is great because it has to do obviously with Twitter and how Twitter is a public stock, and just like it has a fiduciary responsibility to not do any insider trading, it has to do with they have a fiduciary responsibility to act in the best interests of the shareholders. And if they're not acting in the best interests of the shareholders, then they are going to be in a load of trouble. And this is basically what Desantis is saying, because he's suing on behalf of the state employment fund. And I will, as by the way, I've got my Healy, and I'm going to do my Healy session here. My friends, if you don't know about this, please look on theindoctrination.com and find out. It's got chakras here. You can do chakra energy. I'm just going to go straight to the pain, which is pain stimulation here. And I'm going to do the pain module. And I have my what's called a thing, and it's loading right now. Okay. This actually isn't a commercial for Healy, but I'm showing you how this works. And I go all the way up to 100% when I do it outside of on the coil on the bottom of this. You can also do it without the coil. It still works. Or if you plug in the straps, you can put spots on where you're having a problem. I don't have those handy right now. Or you can put it on your wrist. And then once it's loaded to this, what I do is then I turn off my Bluetooth. And I turn off my Bluetooth. Now this is no longer receiving Bluetooth because it's already loaded. So now I put it close to my body, and I put it here, and then hopefully that will help with what's going on right now. Certainly it has helped with many, many things that I've had going on with what I've been going through. So yes, Brett, the show is on YouTube under David Snedeker. So just saw your question to Todd. Alrighty, so DeSantis is just crushing it. That's that. What more can we say about that? And I want to find another video because I want to continue to stretch out here. But let me see if I can find the video on Piers Morgan and Trump walking out of that interview with Piers Morgan, and then we'll get into some other things. But I'm just looking for another break here. Try to get rid of this pain. Yes, it's great for relaxation. I've used this twice today. Okay. A former president in denial. This is Piers Morgan. Do you think he's trying to get some viewers? And Piers Morgan is a total fool, by the way, and a total propagandist. We know that. Okay. And here, let me play it here. Hold on.
President in denial.
I'll be completely straight with you to your face.
I think I'm a very honest man. Much more honest than you, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a free and fair election. You lost.
Only a fool would think
You
that.
think I'm a fool?
I do now, yeah.
With respect.
Excuse me.
Okay, with respect,
The
you haven't
legislature-
produced the hard evidence.
Excuse me.
The most explosive interview of the
I
year.
don't think you're real. This is
realize
just
I'm not like-
very
I
dishonest.
just-
Let's finish up the interview.
Morgan versus
Turn the
Trump.
camera off. Very dishonest.
Yeah. How about that?
So you need to move your business.
By the way, don't you love? I'm looking for a logo and also a splash logo for Truthcast Media. I know exactly what I want. So if we have any graphic artists in the house, would you please do me a favor and send me an email, davesned@gmail.com. davesned at gmail.com. And so, and I'm looking for just basically a logo and a splash video for the channel. So let me know and be a part of history, be a part of what we're launching here. And we'll give you a shout out and maybe get you some business on the show. So Christy just dropped me a Project Veritas video, a couple minutes long, so I can try to find out what's going on with me here and come back to you for a full show here. And let me see, I've got to refresh this, I know. Teresa, of course, would you please reach out to me, Teresa? Let's work on that together, please. And if somebody else too, you might have some different ideas. Let's see. Carolyn says, Dave, after the pain, run the bioenergetic harmony 2. Look for the head. That's good for a headache. I love it. Thank you, Carolyn. I'll do that. Yes, thank you for that. Let's see. Hi, Kelly. Welcome back. We're back on YouTube. Yes. Okay. 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 Here we go. Okay. Let me find that. Christy, where did you drop that? Because I'm looking in the yeah. I don't see where that's dropped, and it's I'm looking at I'm refreshing the show notes. Okay. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Okay. Let me go to Trump. It's obviously that's to try to get viewers, and they're probably blowing it way out of proportion, but Trump's gonna call it like it is, isn't he? So we're gonna Karen, get your heart checked, Dave. Yeah. Yeah, I do need to get to a doctor for some things, but I really think this was just my shoulder pull from 2 days ago. I think that's what I'm dealing with. Kathy, it's David Snedeker on YouTube. David Snedeker on YouTube. You'll find me there. I know it's hard to find us, and I appreciate you guys. Working to find us. Okay. I'm gonna put a couple of these up. Let me give you Julian Assange here. This is big news for today, and we'll find out more about it in the drops. Here we go.
Well, if this feels like a never-ending saga for our viewers and listeners, that's because it is. It's been dragging on since 2010, when Julian Assange was first arrested in connection with, at that time, it was an appeal by the Swedish government to get him extradited to Sweden on sexual offences charges. He said it was a pretext to get him to the US over WikiLeaks, the company that he founded, leaking hundreds of thousands of diplomatic cables. Since then, of course, the US have launched a formal effort to try to get him to the US under charges. He's been fighting it ever since. Our viewers and listeners, I'm sure, will remember the, again, protracted saga when he decided, after a few years of appealing and counter-appealing in the courts in the UK to those efforts to get him extradited, he took refuge in the Ecuadorian embassy in central London and was in there for years. The Ecuadorians eventually allowed the Metropolitan Police in to their diplomatic premises to get him out. And for the last 3 years, well, he's been in Belmarsh prison to ensure that he can't go running off again, while this whole process is effectively being repeated, the process that began before he headed to the Ecuadorian embassy. And it's culminated. I say culminated, it hasn't. You know, it's going to still drag on. But it has today resulted in a district judge at Westminster Magistrates Court granting that extradition order to the United States. Now, as I say, it's still not over because he can appeal. It goes to the Home Secretary, Priti Patel, now to formally grant the extradition, at which stage you would expect him to be transferred to the US. But he can still appeal, make representations to Priti Patel before she makes that decision. And his legal team can even go to the High Court again. So, as I say, if I sound exasperated, I am. I've been covering this story for 12 years now. There's no end really in sight for a wee while yet, let's say.
Wow. Yes, and I remember those images of him being dragged out of that Ecuadorian embassy. What's his future then? You know, say he does get extradited. What will he expect when he arrives in the UK? Remind us what kinds of charges he's facing. Yeah,
well, he's facing charges of espionage, that he conspired with others to hack into US military databases with a view to leaking these diplomatic cables, hundreds of thousands of them, cables into the conduct of Western troops, in particular US troops in Afghanistan during the war there and in Iraq afterwards. Now, in theory, those charges could have a maximum prison term of 175 years. However, the Americans have indicated that probably the offence is likely to bring a sentence of around 6 or 7 years, and that they might not be, or they may be open to him serving that sentence in Australia. So the thing is, this could have been over and done with many, many years ago for Julian Assange had he complied with the original extradition order. He, of course, says that the United States, it's all, you know, all they're trying to do is to curtail his freedom of expression, to cover up and to curtail freedom of the press, because his supporters say he's a journalist. He absolutely is not a journalist. He's never been a journalist. He's a political activist who founded this group, WikiLeaks, which was all about exposing whatever they wanted to expose and putting out on the World Wide Web hundreds of thousands of cables, which at the time meant that countries like the US, the UK and others were scrambling to get all their intelligence assets out of countries because they were named in these documents.
All right, my friends. Back with you. Working through this, got a great little firebomb that a Snedhead sent me. And if you sent me this, would you please email me, davesned@gmail.com, because I lost your contact information from this, and it's really fantastic stuff. And so I put a little of that on, put a little arnica on. Thanks for the tips, everybody. Got the Helion. We'll make it work. So, you know, Assange should just not be behind bars at all, and yet he is, which is obviously very, very frustrating. And you know, he's been persecuted, and this is a part, I believe, of the exposure of the hypocrisy, the craziness, and everything that's supposed to happen. We have basically what's happening with the gas and oil is Russia raised their prices for the EU so they could fund their war against Ukraine. And so not only is it go woke, go broke, but it's also support your enemies. And and that's why it's so important that we aren't dependent on other countries for our infrastructure, for our energy. So this is us being seen. Excuse me. This is us being exposing these people. Okay, that's the bottom line. So what's happened now is one of the titles, part of the titles here is fossil fools, because now the Biden administration is announcing that they're opening up the BLM land, federal lands for oil and gas leases. You've got to be kidding me. It's like, first you're going to shut down oil and gas, then you're going to shut down the XL pipeline. And so we're more dependent on foreign oil. And after President Trump got us pretty much independent from foreign oil, and now you're going to tell us that you're going to open them back up, as if that's a strategic move. No, it's not a strategic move. So, thank you all for the good wishes. I'll get through it. I've just got some kind of shooting pain up into my head from, I think I tweaked my shoulder. So at any rate, we're going to get a little bit more into Assange when we go into the drops with Todd. We're going to have Todd on here shortly, I think. And and one of the things that came out today is, and I want to show this, actually. I want to show you this interview.
The greatest billionaire
with Kevin
assault
McCarthy.
on election integrity.
He's putting money under the guise that he's going to open up the election. That's all crap.
Rigged, now playing. The Democrats have created a new thing where they're picking and choosing who could be on committee. Never in the history have you had the majority tell the minority who could be on committee, but this new standard, which these Democrats have voted for, if Eric Swalwell cannot get a security clearance in the private sector, there's no reason why he should be given one to be on Intel or Homeland Security. So he will not be serving there.
So you're going to,
yes,
if you're the Speaker of the House, you're going to remove him from those committees.
Ilhan Omar should not be serving on foreign affairs.
What about any committees for Ilhan Omar?
You know, this is a new level of what the Democrats have gone. You look at Adam Schiff. He should not be serving on Intel when he has openly, knowingly now used a fake dossier, lied to the American public in the process, and doesn't have any ill will, says he wants to continue to do it. So we're going to reshape. I mean, think about what happened to Afghanistan. Why did Afghanistan collapse so fast? Was the Intel Committee under Adam?
The greatest billionaire assault on election integrity.
He's putting money under the guise that he's going to open up the
This
election.
looks like it's going to be
That's
good.
all crap.
Rigged, now playing. Adam Schiff focused on impeachment and not on the safety of America. Why are people coming across the border that are on a terrorist watch list? What are they doing about it? And their own members on that committee says it's not happening when it's true. We need to have an intel committee that looks at what's happening around the world and keeps America safe. It should do exactly what it was created, overseeing of our agencies and others. And so we're going to hold people to a higher standard in the process if they want to be on the Intel Committee and on the training of what to be a part of that. Take the politics out of it, of what they've been doing. I've looked at, and I tried to get a committee on China.
Pelosi walked away from that.
She walked away from it. When it took me 8 months for her to get, and you watch what's happening today. Would we have the supply chain problem? We did a China task force. We didn't stop. And you read through the recommendations. Those are the things we're going to implement, but America would be stronger today had we been able to do that sooner.
Now students with reading difficulties have a smart solution.
For most of history, humanity did not recognize or understand.
This is the reality of what's coming, given certainly the elections in 2022. Whatever they've got planned for the elections in 2022, I don't think it's going to be able to be sidestepped, just like 2016. And I think that we're going to see quite a bit of a landslide, a red landslide. Let me show you this. This is the federal government is not going to do it. And so the states are going to do it. 26 governors are creating a border strike force in the absence of federal leadership that are going to go down to Texas and stop this mass immigration, out of control immigration. And we are going to be seeing, hopefully, again, the states, the devolution, going down to the local, state, local level for the things that we need to do. And my friends, I'm gonna ask you to do something here. I'm gonna ask you to go to the indoctrination. I'm gonna pull it up here. Okay. And by the way, even if you go to the indoctrination and you don't do anything, would you please understand that even if you go to the indoctrination, that you help us because you show traffic to our site. But if you're ever trying to find us, okay, where we're broadcasting, come here, and then you can come to the front page and you can click on any of these links. But I want you to go to the market here if you want to support the show. Patriot Silver. There are two things that are happening I got to tell you about, okay? One is that silver and gold are going to increase in value, I believe, without question. And we're seeing the banks fail. And we're going to see the banks implode, in my opinion. We're already seeing the dollar crash, and we're going to see it crash even more. And we're going to see a change, a shift, just like what we're seeing with governors calling out Twitter boards, woke Twitter boards, and woke organizations. Yeah, Todd, we have a website. And so the we're going to see, I believe, a crash of the dollar. So if you go to Patriot Silver and you click on this and you put down your information, look at Wealth Strategies. Just watch this video. And maybe watch this video, my interview with Jason Arfman, but definitely fill this out and just have a conversation with Nancy or with Todd or with Cindy about Patriot Silver and 7K. It's really remarkable. And we've already generated over $100,000 for the Snedheads alone, just in 8 months. And it's very exciting. And it's also a way to preserve your wealth and strengthen your wealth, because two things are going to happen. I believe that bullion is very important to get bullion, and also very important to get your numismatic coins, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. There's a thing called Stack and Sell, and it's a website, Stack and Sell, where every coin that you get from 7K, you put on this website, the Stack and Sell website. It's your own protected, but if you want to put one of your coins up for sale, you can do that. And it'll blow you away how much that's increasing in value. But also, right now, there's about 120,000 or so 7K members, and those are the only ones that make up the Stack and Sell, where if I put a coin up, they can buy it. That's my market. That's the demand. In May, they're going to open up Stack and Sell to the world. So any coin dealer can go on there and find a coin. And that's very valuable because our demand is going to increase on all the coins we hold. And the numismatic value is increasing at a greater rate than the actual bullion value. So just have a conversation and ask questions about the numismatic market, about 7K. Find out a little bit more about that. That's how you can really shore up your resources for your wealth. And I can't stress that enough. Please just have a conversation. Find out about it. And by the way, sooner than later, because shit's going down. You see it. You see it. Shit's going down. Yeah, some 7K coins are on eBay. Yeah, Larry, you can sell them anywhere you want. No question about it. But what's going to be really interesting is the problem with eBay is that you have to trust each other, and you have to meet somewhere or trust that the transaction is going to take place. Whereas with 7K, it all goes back through the company, and they verify the coin is what it is, and they verify the money, and then they make that transaction. So, but yes, absolutely, you can sell them wherever you want. CG, I sold one on the first week, 3 times the amount paid. Yeah, I've seen that. Huge. It's huge opportunities here. So please check it out, folks. There's a lot of folks in 7K, a lot of the Snedheads. We are a strong team of warriors. So I see that. Yeah, my daughter can rub my neck, but I'm not going to have her do it while I'm on the show. And I think I got to pull it here. I got to call it because it's not getting any better. But I just wanted to show you what's going on here on our page, because I don't do enough of this, and you may think I do, but if you watch any show, you're going to see 10, 20, 30 times the amount of advertising or commercials that we do here. The Wellness Way, if you're having issues, you're concerned about the vax, you're concerned about the whatever, reach out to Dr. Chad, please, and have a conversation with him as well. That's the Wellness Way right here. Purium, great stuff. We drink it every day, and we get rid of the glyphosate in our system. Lambs, good stuff, but I haven't connected with them. Healy, I'm using that right now for my neck. Saint Solutions, Jasmine and Jim, they have this incredible pet product, purple pet product, and I spray this on me. I use it for me, and we use it for our cat. It's fantastic. They have Electrum, all kinds of stuff. So please check out our folks here, my friends. But what I wanted to show you here is show notes. In light of me, what wasn't able to finish tonight because I got to get out of here and go lay down. Please go check out the show notes for tonight, and please understand that these lovely women, Barbara, Christy, and Jen, they work so hard on this. And look at every show we do. Look at the receipts we bring, not just the links to the stories, but the foundation of these stories. And please check this out. And also, along the way, you get some great memes, okay? And great memes. Look at this stuff, right? So please check it out. It's some fun. It's some fun, and it's great stuff. And you have it. And by the way, any show notes, my friends, on our page. Look at all these show notes. You can go back to anything, and you can find anything you want here on any of the show notes. Look at that. Who else does this? Few people I know, but my friends, I gotta close shop tonight. I am so sorry. I am just this came on all of a sudden, and it's so severe right now that I'm getting this shooting pain up through here, all the way up in the back of my neck. And so I gotta call it. I'm gonna be on tomorrow with you. Okay, I promise you that. We'll get caught up here, and my apologies for having to bail again. A little rough start to the week, but yeah. So I love you. Thank you for all the prayers. Lord already healed. Thank you for watching over me and my father. God bless you all, and I'm fine. Don't like go crazy. I'll be fine. I'm sure. If you have any major things, reach out, davesnet@gmail.com. And if any artists reach out to me, and Teresa, please reach out to me on our logo for the new channel. All right, my friends, maybe take this time to reach out to Nancy through Patriot Silver, please. Learn more about it. There's no obligation. Just have a conversation. Okay, I love you, my friends. Have a wonderful night, and I'm fine. I'll be fine. This has happened before. All right, it's just when you pull something, and you know how it works. All right, I love you all. Be well. Christy, I'll call you a little bit later, but no need to reach out. I'm just going to go lay down for a little bit. All right, my friends. Love